Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Kohn, and I'm the Government Relations Director here at LobbyIt. I've been working in government and government relations for almost a decade here in DC, and I've been proudly working with the Brain Aneurysm Foundation, along with my colleagues Michael Blake-Bizruki and Andrew Shinsky, for just over a year now. It is an honor to address the Brain Aneurysm Foundation and give an overview of our latest work. That will cover an update on Ellie's Law, our ongoing success with appropriations, and the work being done to establish a new Congressional Brain Aneurysm Caucus. But before I get started, I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank BEF Executive Director Christine Buckley for all of her hard work. Christine is a champion for BAF, and her dedication and contributions have been a primary driver for our success during this Congress. So first, turning to Ellie's Law, and that's H.R. 1553 in the House and S. 852 in the Senate, would provide the first ongoing dedicated research funding stream for breakthroughs in preventing potentially fatal brain aneurysms from rupturing and improving the long-term medical consequences and quality of life issues for aneurysm survivors. The House bill introduced this Congress by Democrat Representative Yvette Clarke of New York and Republican Representative Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania has secured 35 Democrat and 6 Republican co-sponsors, making for a total of 41 bipartisan co-sponsors. And this demonstrates really strong progress from last Congress, where Ellie's Law ended with 30 co-sponsors. Turning to the Senate version of Ellie's Law, which was introduced by Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, has currently 2 other Democrats co-sponsors, though we continue to work to expand support across the aisle for both of these bills. Now moving on to appropriations. Back in June, the House introduced their fiscal year 2023 appropriations package, and the Senate introduced their version a month later in July. We're likely looking at another extended process, though we expect appropriations to pass sometime before the new year. We were very happy to see that BEF and LobbyIt's efforts over the course of the past year resulted in BEF's report language being included in both the House and Senate appropriation packages. Both House and Senate appropriation committees have stated clearly their concern over the lack of research focused on prevention and early detection of brain aneurysms, and calls for the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, to expand its support for research in this particular area. The committee also reiterated language directing the Secretary, in consultation with appropriate stakeholders, including healthcare providers, brain aneurysm patient advocacy foundations like BAF, brain aneurysm survivors, and caregivers, to facilitate the development of best practices on brain aneurysm detection and rupture for first responders, emergency room physicians, primary care physicians, nurses, and advanced practice practitioners. We are confident that the inclusion of this language was a direct result of the BAF Advocacy Day, your engagement on the Hill, your encouraged engagement in our Hill meetings, and your push for the inclusion of this language is a concrete win, and LobbyIt was proud to play a part in it. We'll continue to monitor the appropriations process and build support for BAF's report language on the Hill, but have confidence that BAF's language should make it into the final appropriations bill for fiscal year 2023. And now finally, we continue to work on establishing a Congressional Brain Aneurysm Caucus. In order to establish a new Congressional caucus, we need Democrat and Republican co-chairs in the House, plan to staff the caucus, which we have, and a letter to the House Administrator, which LobbyIt has already drafted. As we continue to build support for Ellie's Law, we have our eye on securing those co-chairs with the plan of establishing the new caucus in the next Congress. So I want to also take this chance to again thank Christine for giving me this opportunity to update you on our work here on the Hill at LobbyIt. And as always, we stand ready to answer any questions anyone might have. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.